So, this came in the mail today. Okay, so this will be an unboxing and review in one because there's really not much to this. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. And then if you want to skip forward, you can look in the timeline to see where the review is. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and crack into this. Nope. Okay. And this, of course, is the shipping box, so there's going to be a box within a box. Ooh. Look at this. Let's set it aside, and okay. So we have here the Razer Seiren Mini. It is an ultra-compact condenser microphone with USB connectivity. It just came out, it was just released by Razer this month, if I'm to understand correctly. And it's a nice looking, small and inexpensive mic. So I just had to try this out to see what it's all about. We'll go ahead and crack it open and see what's inside, and then give it a spin and see how well it works. Of course, the usual Razer fare of the nice little note from Minlang. Okay, we got ourselves the detachable USB. You'd think by this point they'd be using micro C for everything, but I guess not. Ooh, this is a nice robust cord though. Okay, little adapter piece. What do we have here? Ah, the base, which this looks almost exactly like, if not is the exact same as the regular Razer Seiren. And then the microphone itself. Wow, there's not much to this at all. Nice little, looks like one of those little speakers. But yeah, I mean, definitely compact. Pretty simple build. It's all plastic. The screen's metal, but the rest of the build is plastic. I mean, this retails for $50, so not expecting too much from this, but my big concern was, for $50, what level of quality are you getting? Because I'm a very big proponent about minimizing the footprint of the audio device for your stream setup. And this would be just, I mean, you'd have this little, you know, looks like a horse pill, but you know, just this little thing instead of like an SM7B, which is, you know, like this big, and just not only does it block the view of you from the camera, but it blocks the view of the game for you. So having as small a microphone as possible in front of you is favorable. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else in the box? There is not. Okay, that is everything that comes in the box. I guess we can put it together. See, actually, does this go? No, it doesn't. Okay, so then little spacer adapter. This. Come on. Like that. That is just the most adorable looking little thing. I don't have a mic handy, but this is small. So I pulled out from its stand my regular desk recording microphone. So this is what I use. This is my daily driver for recording at my desk, chatting, stuff like that, or streaming if I so choose. And this is pretty well like your average size broadcast mic. And this is the tiny mic. So this is about a little over half the size, maybe 2/3 the size. You know, not a night and day difference, but I mean, it's gonna take up a lot less real estate. And if you get a little sock over this one, it'll take, you know, it'll be a little bit bigger, but this one with pop filter and everything just takes up a lot of space. Whereas this does not take up a lot of space. So if the quality is good, I would say this is a pretty solid contender for a good space-saving microphone, but we'll have to see. So this, okay, so that's why it's shaped like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, oh, that's nice. So it fits flush in there. So it looks like it's a part of it as opposed to a detachable piece. So both aesthetically and functionally, it is quite nice. And let's set this cable. Okay, so we got 6-foot cable, which should be more than enough for most people. Okay. We'll throw that away. And there you have it. Nice little microphone. So I'm going to spend a couple days giving this a go, see how well it sounds, do some things, and see how good this is, and see if this is something worth recommending. And now, on to the testing. Okay, so for the remainder of this portion of the video, I will be recording with both the microphone I normally use for recording at my desk, which is the Sennheiser MK4 Digital, as well as the Seiren Mini. And during the course of this, I will be switching back and forth so you can hear the differences between the two. And for the sake of comparison, this will be just the raw audio, unedited, no cleaning up of any kind, so it'll be exactly as they come, as they are recorded. Now, this microphone is geared towards streaming and game, desktop gameplay, chat, and the like. So comparisons will only be made for those use cases, as well as judging, viability and if it's worth buying. The mic I normally use is definitely overkill for what I use it for most circumstances. I actually do use it for some voiceover, but for just like streaming desktop gameplay, it is a bit overkill. It's a $300 microphone. You don't really need to spend $300 on a microphone for just that. The Seiren is actually more along the lines of what you would want to spend for your average streaming setup. Basically, under this use case that you're looking at right here that you would see if I was streaming, it's pretty comparable to a microphone that is much more expensive. The frequency response is pretty similar. The sound quality is pretty similar. I'm not going to go into overly scrutinizing the microphone because it's designed to serve a purpose, and that purpose is not high-end audio focused. The important thing is that it sounds good on a 10 megabit stream over the internet. And it does just that. I mean, the mic sounds good. It looks good. Like I said, the major selling point for me is the size. It takes up so little real estate. And although I have it just set up like this for now, I will show it in a more, boom arm scenario after this, so you can see how much less space it actually takes up. Because one of the things about streaming video gameplay is you want the camera to be able to see you, and you want you to be able to see the screen. And if you have an obstruction between you and that, or that, it can be a problem. Now, most of the time, it's typically a non-issue, but this is definitely a consideration for me. Okay, so it has been a few days now, and everything you've seen up until this point was pretty much done all on the same day, and that was all basic first impressions. Since then, I've had some time to more thoroughly go over what I've recorded and also properly set up the microphone on the boom arm, which I'll get more into that in a minute. I pretty much have it in its full and final setup. After having spent some more time listening to the audio, initial assessment pretty much still stands. The one thing I can say that I probably should clarify after looking at that previous footage is that there is a quality difference. The Sennheiser microphone does produce higher quality sounds. However, for the application at hand, it's not a level of quality that would merit spending an extra $250 on that microphone. That being said, all things considered, the Seiren Mini is a solid mic. It's probably one of the best you can get for around $50. There's nothing really about it that I would say makes it a clear winner over any other option, but it is a very solid option. So if you're an up-and-coming streamer or just somebody that likes to chat at your desk and not use your headset microphone, the Seiren Mini is a pretty solid mic for the streamer on a budget. One major drawback that I would say the microphone has is the stand options, in that they're pretty limited. I mean, they're basically what you would get from the regular Seiren, in that it's got just the single upright stand and the bracket for that. If you want to do something like use a boom arm with it, you would need additional adapters to have the level of versatility that I personally think is desirable for such a setup. As you can see here, I have added a couple of pieces to it in order to point it in the direction that I would like it to be, because with the just standard stand that came with it, it's pretty limited. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's definitely not a deal breaker, but it is something that you should take into consideration if you're looking into buying the microphone. Final verdict, it's a good mic for the $50 price tag. It's nothing too spectacular feature-wise, but it is a solid sounding mic, and it does the job. Circumstances permitting, this would be a microphone that I would recommend. If you have any questions or additional thoughts on the microphone or microphones in general, be sure to share them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to try to get to as many as I can. No promises, but I try to keep up with it. And if you're looking for an additional opinion, I have included some links down below where you can see what other people have to say about this microphone. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you did enjoy this little unboxing and review, and if you did, feel free to let me know. We got plenty more Real Neat Gear videos coming up, so do get subscribed and stay tuned as we have more coming up in the near future. And if you're into Let's Plays and various other gaming fare, do hit that bell so you'll be notified of all of our upcoming content. Thank you everybody, and I will see you soon.